Hey, everybody, welcome to module number 4. Let's take a look at what module number 4 has in store for us. And this is the comparing what they say. So I think if you remember back to high school, there was always this like compare and contrast assignment, right? Like, how are these things similar and how are these things different? Very standard assignment, very easy. That's also just the starting point because it doesn't really get to the heart of a comparative analysis. Looking at how they're similar or different is just the beginning. The next question you have to ask, and this is the most important question, is why? Why does it matter that they share similarities? Why does it matter that they are different? When I look at this one thing, why is it important to note that, right? Maybe it's the examples, maybe it's the word choice, maybe it's the approach. What is it that really sets this article apart and makes it important to note, like, this is something I need to know? And why is it that way, and what are they really trying to tell me? So what we are doing in module 4 is the comparative analysis, or comparing what they say. So if we get into the assignment, the big thing that we are doing this module is the comparative analysis. It's the first draft of the comparative analysis. The first draft of the comparative analysis is somewhere between 400 and 600 words. The final draft will be 1,000 words. You are going to take 2 of the readings and you're going to compare them. You're going to say, here's something that's similar between them. Here's something that's different between them. Why is it important? What is the significance? What does it say about these articles that they do share this, or that they have these very distinct differences? Okay, that's kind of our goal. Being able to be that critical consumer of the information and be able to look at a variety of different sources and to critically analyze and evaluate those, that's a skill that you're going to use in all your other classes and in life going forward. And that's why this is so important. Okay. Now, the half draft or the comparative analysis, what we're looking for is an essay that analyzes, compares and analyzes key similarities or differences. And I want you to note that word key. We're not looking for all of them. We're not looking for everything that's the same or everything is different. They're different articles. They're going to be differences, right? That's not the goal. The goal is to look for the key differences, the things that make it notable. Is it the type, where is it that the author is coming from? What are the audience expectations, and how are they similar or different in these articles? Do they come at it with a different style? Is there a difference in or a similarity in their credentials? So we're looking at key pieces of information, not every one of them, right? And again, the half draft is between 400 and 600 words, 450 and 600 words. The final draft will be 1,000 words in MLA format, or APA, I'm sorry, MLA or APA format. The elements of the comparative analysis that it talks about, we're going to start off with a strong introduction that introduces the text, gives us both the text and the authors that you're going to be comparing, and gets our attention, and gives us a very strong analytical thesis statement. Now, an analytical thesis statement in this situation is going to be something that shows us what area or areas we are going to be looking at, right? So the thesis statement should very clearly imply to us that we are going to be comparing, we're going to be analyzing these texts in these particular areas. And again, we're not looking for everyone. We're looking for 1 or 2 really strong areas, key elements of those essays that we can really dig into, that we can really look at. And again, we're not looking for the obvious pieces. We're looking for the ones that show significance or importance. Okay. And the idea is that, they're different, but are they really that different? Or they might not seem that different, but wow, look at really where they're coming from. Then we should have a body that really dives into that, gives us that brief summary so we know what these 2 articles are about, and then really explores those key areas and what it is about them that we need to note. The conclusion that wraps everything up and kind of ties the whole thing together. Now, and again, it's in APA or MLA style. Now, I know that last time a couple of you noted that the half draft information or assignment said no more than 400 words, right? Or 500 words. And that's true. I think there's value in saying write part let's see where we're at. Do we need to recalibrate? Do we need to redirect? And then we go on, right? I think there's value in that. But I also think that there's a lot of value in having feedback from the entire work. We want to see that there's a lot that you get a lot of direction, a lot of help, a lot of support. So you kind of do need to think about your own best approach. If you're the kind of person that like, I need to start, get some feedback on where I'm at, and then know how to finish it, that's awesome. I'm totally okay with that. But if you're the kind of person like, I'd really like to get some eyeballs on my paper, I really want to get some feedback, I really want to get some help and some suggestions, definitely do that as well. So you take the best approach that for you take the one that's going to give you the best support and the best chance of being successful. Again, if you wish to do more, that is great, but the half draft needs to be at least somewhere between 400 and 600. More is totally acceptable. The final, we'll do the half draft this module. You'll get some feedback from me and from some of your classmates. And then the final version of this will be due in module number 5. All right. There's some tutorials and things to help you. Sorry about that. Had to switch in the battery there. There's some modules and stuff that get you directed and give you some information, some guidance on how to do this process. And then we get this video about how to annotate a text. And I think this is super important because one of the things that we know about reading is that if you don't have a specific task with the reading, you just read it and you don't really get a lot out of it, right? Annotation gives you a lot of tools to, gives you a lot of tools to work with to really help you retain that information. Now, first off, and the obvious one is, if I'm looking for certain information, I know where to find it, right? The annotation of those notes and the things that give me an idea of, okay, it said this, and I know where to find it, and I know what these things are. That's the obvious piece. But I think the second thing is that annotations really work because we know that the more you manipulate a text, the more you have your hands on a text, the more that